It's girly power. It's the coach. This is Madden football on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Todd Gurley, fresh off a standout performance a week ago, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. As we get a peek at the number 2 overall pick from the 2016 draft, standing at 6'5", Carson Wentz.
And he did everything possible to rally his team to a win last week, didn't he? What did he throw for?
Over 450 yards.
I mean, that's a pretty phenomenal performance. So, obviously, he and the offense were clicking pretty well. The other 2/3, though, that comes into question. Defense and special teams, they'll need all of them to play better.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz. And that's complete to Sanders. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the pass.
Now Wentz on third down. And Sanders has got it complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. On first and 10, here's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. This pass complete, Wentz to Ertz, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. On first down, Wentz. It's caught by Sanders. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And it is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Throwing again on second down. Wentz. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. And here are the starters for Philadelphia.
And I think we'll see a renewed sense of urgency out of this team this week because they have to make sure they don't waste this homestand. They had a home game last week, lost it. Now they've got the second straight. They've got to take advantage of it, get a win before they head out on the road.
Wentz now to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. It was the veteran Devin McCourty who got a hand in there to break that one up.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
And the kick by Elliott is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So now the Rams will get their first opportunity with a football. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
While in college, quarterback teams that improved their win total from 1 his freshman year to 5 his sophomore year to 8 his junior year. Love that type of improvement. Love that type of diligence.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. They run. It's Gurley. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Let's meet the offense. Greg Robinson. Very, very talented.
What a man to set your offensive line with. Greg Robinson can do it all. Tremendous athleticism, great strength, just coming into his own.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. First down run there for Gurley, but nothing opening up as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop. Well, look now at our starting defense. They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. That'll be caught by Kupp. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Cooper Kupp, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams have taken the lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wentz. Trying for the tight end. Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And the return will stop right around the 25. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Mike 20. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Let him know.
To throw again on second down. Gone. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Out of the gun. Gone. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Carson Wentz and the Eagles getting set to take over. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
To throw again on second down. Wentz, blitz coming, and down he goes. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. So here are the Rams to take over. They were winners over the Jets a week ago, and they are in the driver's seat right now as well. Goff now looks to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
He gets away from one. Shutting defenders at the 15. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A.
And that's the big fella's M.O. right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shit.
And it's caught for a Rams touchdown by Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Extra point try for Gostkowski. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20. To throw, it's Wentz. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Aaron Donald in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. To try again after the sack. Wentz.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
85 catches for him on the year now, and the result there is a 1st down. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. On 2nd and goal. Wentz.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for...
Got a man open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz. His 11th touchdown of the year as his guys are back within a single score. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain it.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
Elliott good on the extra point. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jared Goff and the Rams headed back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Here we go. 180. Watch the out. Check 13. Check 13.
Delayed give, Goff to Gurley. And he gets it down to the 32. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Goff. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Jared Goff with his third touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
The point after try for Gostkowski. And the lead is up to 14. So that drive, 4 plays. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Carson Wentz and the Eagles make their way out to the field. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
Make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A good pickup there, 22. Wentz now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone. Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. To throw is Wentz toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The great veteran Clay Matthews able to knock that one away in coverage. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now Wentz again. Got a man open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz. In the final seconds of the first half, as his guys are back within a single score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Elliott on for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 24-17. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, where it was the Bengals who were able to pick up the victory at home. 28-14 was your final score. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. Jacoby Brissett has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they lead the visiting Atlanta Falcons at halftime. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. In the game you're watching, it was Jared Goff with a strong first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. It was the veteran safety Malcolm Jenkins who got a hand in there to disrupt it. Now on second down, this is Gurley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Throwing on third. Goff. Man open. It's Kupp. He's got it.
Let's go.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now on 2nd and 13. Goff. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Goff. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there.
How did he do that? How did he do it? I mean, in this type of weather, it's not just catching it. It's seeing it coming towards it. Maybe that's why I ended up having to go one-handed, but boy, what a catch.
That was a spectacular one-handed grab.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
It's time for our player spotlight right now as we get a look at Carson Wentz. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Here we go.
So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. It's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
You don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Wentz going to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And a man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Elliott good with a PAT, and that will tie us at 24. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. Now a draw as Goff gives to Gurley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. From the gun on third down, Goff. And that is incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Here's Jackson to return. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question is, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your play? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
That's what he's done here in this one so far. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
And there,
got a man open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And that third counter there gives them the lead, and it's obvious they've needed everything that he's given them today. The 3 touchdowns, that's impressive, but without him, they're not winning this game.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Just a 4-play drive that time. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Goff, a quick throw, complete to Cooks. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, here's Goff. Dumps it off to Gurley. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for L.A. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for L.A. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. So here are the Eagles to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Wentz now on first down. And Sanders has got it complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen. Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. On first and 10, here's Wentz. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. And now it's second down. Here's second and 10 now from the 35. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz there to make the grab. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it. And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away. Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive. On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Now gone. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive. It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Rams on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Goff. They got a man. It's Woods. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Black 20. Yeah. You don't want none.
On first down, it's gone. And he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Goff on first down. Now that'll be caught by Kupp. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Goff now looks to throw. He had one touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Goff. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Brandon Graham applied the heat off the edge. Now it's gone. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it's certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make-or-break onside kick. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that one. They needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Now Wentz. And that's complete to Sanders. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Now Wentz. He fights him off. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Back to throw, Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So Jared Goff in the offense, down by 7, a little under 40 seconds to go. They've got to go the full 80 yards, and they've got to do it quick as they come up on first down. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Eagles, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for L.A., the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody. This player's development trait is hidden. Put this player in your lineup and evaluate him on the field to unlock his true potential. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
All right, I'm going to give the Week 7 announcement for the Madden League Season 15 2016 19, week 7. Indianapolis Colts beat Chicago. Indianapolis wins 24, Chicago 17. San Francisco 49ers at Detroit. Niners win 35, Detroit 21. Washington Redskins at Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals win 28, Washington Redskins 14. Cleveland Browns at Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers win 24, Cleveland 21. Seattle Seahawks at Green Bay. Man, Seattle, they blow out Green Bay bad. Seattle wins 48, Green Bay 10. Buffalo Bills win over the Jets. I expected that. Buffalo Bills win 32. New York Jets 15. Jacksonville Jaguars win over the Texans. 28 Jacksonville, 10 Houston. And New Orleans Saints at Tampa Bay. Saint wins 28 to Tampa Bay 7. Los Angeles Rams at Philadelphia. The Eagles win after losing 2 straight. We finally win a game, winning 38 to 31 over the Los Angeles Rams. Atlanta Falcons at Kansas City Chiefs. KC win 28, Atlanta 21. Carolina Panthers at Denver Broncos. Carolina Panthers win 33, Denver 27. Oakland Raiders at Los Angeles Chargers. LA Chargers win 35, Oakland 10. Dallas Cowboys at Arizona Cardinals. Tie game. It actually ended as a tie, 31-31. That's interesting. Los Angeles Vikings at Tennessee Titans. Tennessee wins 28 to Minnesota 10. Titans win. All right, so these are all of the games in week 7 of the Madden League season 15, 2019. Of course, to go with the Eagles and Rams game. Which the Eagles, we came out victorious, and we're still trying to keep our playoffs dreams alive. We're having a struggling season this week of week 7 and this 15th season. Our 14th season was the best season, if you ask me. The season right before, we had a better record. We had a better beginning. Our first 6 weeks, the Eagles, we played much better in the week 14. And, of course, we won the Super Bowl. So, that was awesome. But overall, this is all of your scores around the league for week 7 of the Madden League season 15, 2019. So anyway, I'd like to thank all viewers for checking out this Madden League season 15, week 7, 2019 edition on Devin Smith, PS4 Sports League Network.